very good evening and a very warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Savindri Jaiwalt and let's look at the top stories for the day. Debt repayment schedule intensifies amid economic recovery. India expands health infrastructure support to northern province. News in detail. The official data shows that Sri Lanka has repaid $952 million to foreign creditors in the second quarter of 2025. By 2028, repayments on international sovereign bonds are projected to climb to $544 million, up from $330 million in both 2026 and 2027. In the second quarter, Sri Lanka also repaid the first international sovereign bond of $330 million, made up of an amortizing bond issued to cover restructured interest arrears of the defaulted bonds. Outstanding sovereign bonds have come down to $10,255 million by the end of June this year. Analysts have warned that the Treasury seems to depend on the central bank to generate dollars to repay debt, which it will not be able to do if its policy rates are too low and it does not conduct sufficient deflationary policy. In the first half of 2025, the central bank had provided around $770 million to the government to repay debt in addition to repaying its own debt. Monetary stability allows domestically raised rupees either from taxes or treasury bills to be converted to dollars to repay debt. Analysts have warned that it is up to Sri Lanka's parliament to bring laws to provide sound money so that democracy is not usurped by macroeconomic policy filtering from the US or other Western universities or the International Monetary Fund. India has extended a grant of 600 million rupees for the construction of a new accident and emergency unit at the District General Hospital in Mana. A memorandum of understanding for the project was signed in Colombo today between Indian High Commissioner Santosh Jha and Health Ministry Secretary Dr. Anil Jayasinghe. The initiative includes the construction of a two-story emergency unit and the procurement of modern medical equipment to address critical healthcare gaps in the Mana district. Health and Mass Media Minister Nalinda Jayatissa witnessed the signing ceremony, highlighting the project's significance in enabling timely medical intervention during the golden hour and easing pressure on the hospital's existing bed capacity. This project adds to India's growing portfolio of health sector cooperation in Sri Lanka, which includes the Suvasarya ambulance service, support for hospitals in Jaffna, Kilinochchi, Mullaitivu and Batticaloa, and the 150-bed multi-specialty hospital at Dikoya. The new emergency unit is expected to significantly enhance emergency healthcare services in the region, particularly for trauma and critical care patients, while strengthening the overall healthcare infrastructure in Sri Lanka's northern province. The National Organic Control Unit has conducted its fourth island-wide awareness session in Anuradhapura, strengthening Sri Lanka's ambition to become a global hub for trusted organic products. The seminar attracted farmers, entrepreneurs, and exporters from the North Central Province seeking to deepen their understanding of organic agriculture opportunities. The day-long program featured comprehensive technical sessions on international organic certification procedures, sustainable farming practices, and digital marketing strategies for organic products. Officials from the Export Development Board detailed the Sri Lankan organic standard and the certification process that underpins the integrity of the Sri Lankan organic label. Experts from Maya Cert Private Limited explained global compliance requirements, while Agriculture Department officials demonstrated sustainable farming techniques aligned with international standards. The commercial bank team shared digital marketing strategies to help participants reach wider consumer bases in local and international markets. The session also covered organic food processing methods and export trends, highlighting Sri Lanka's unique opportunity to supply certified organic produce to high-value niche markets worldwide. This initiative reinforces the government's commitment to building a credible organic value chain through awareness, certification systems, and promotion of the Sri Lankan organic label as a mark of global trust. Stay tuned, we will be right back after a short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. The Ceylon Electricity Board has submitted a proposal to increase electricity tariff by 6.8% for the final quarter of 2025. The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka has announced it will seek public opinions on the proposed hike through written submissions and provincial consultations. The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka has called for written public comments on the tariff revision proposal to be submitted by October 7, 2025. Additionally, the Commission will conduct 9 public consultation sessions across all provinces starting September 18 to allow citizens to express their views orally. The Electricity Consumers Association has strongly opposed the proposed increase, arguing that the CEB recorded profits of nearly 10 billion rupees recently and should instead reduce tariffs by approximately 20%. The association's General Secretary claimed the tariff hike is aimed at covering expenses related to employee compensation during the CEB's restructuring process rather than reflecting actual power generation costs. Meanwhile, CEB workers continue their Work to Rule campaign, protesting the proposed restructuring of the utility into 4 separate entities, with union leaders warning of possible escalation to a full-scale strike if the government fails to address their concerns. In the meantime, Sri Lanka's tourism industry has recorded a significant surge in the numbers of tourist arrivals in the first week of September. However, industry analysts project the country will fall short of its ambitious 3 million year-end target. Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority announced that the industry recorded a number of 37,495 international visitors in the first week of September, marking a 28.2% year-on-year growth. Officials assert that such kind of marginal consequences would be pushing total arrivals beyond 1.6 million for 2025. The sustained growth was overwhelmingly credited to increased arrivals from India, which accounted for 27.1% of all visitors in early September and remains the top source market with over 335,000 arrivals year to date. The United Kingdom has solidified its position as the second largest market with an 8.1% share, while Russia, Germany, and China complete the top 5 source markets. Despite this positive momentum, industry forecasts project only 2.4 to 2.5 million tourist arrivals by year-end, falling short of the government's 3 million target. To achieve the ambitious goal, Sri Lanka would need to attract nearly 1.4 million more visitors in the remaining 16 weeks, requiring a weekly average of over 87,000 arrivals, more than double the current rate. Analysts warn that the delay in launching a national branding initiative and global promotional campaign could jeopardize the country's ability to convert current gains into the exponential growth needed to reach the year-end target. AC Milan had announced the second installment of their academic camp in Sri Lanka through their partnership with the Colombo Athletic and Football Academy. The program represents a structured long-term collaborations to develop football pathways for Sri Lankan youth. The camp, running from September 8th to 13th, will welcome both boys and girls aged 6 to 17 years, emphasizing an inclusive approach to youth development. This marks the third significant youth football exposure program delivered in just 9 months, demonstrating AC Milan's commitment to long-term collaboration rather than one-off events. The initiative follows AC Milan's global expansion of their junior camp project, which recently launched in 23 cities across North America and Europe. The camps will focus not only on technical skills but also on physical and mental well-being, following a holistic approach based on the AC Milan method that includes nutrition, mental health, and strength training.
The AC Milan team is here. So I'm hoping that this traction will increase. I'm really hoping that more and more kids from schools will join us, and we will, fulfill our role and vision that we gave ourselves a few years ago. And I'm also thankful for the ambassador who always supports us with our different ventures with Italy. And I'm hoping that this will really benefit the children and the next generation of Sri Lanka as we go on. Thank you very much.
Stay tuned for stock updates. Welcome back. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained by 95.23 to close at 20,769.34. The S&P SL 20 gained by 34.58 to close at 5,929.71. The turnover was over 11.8 billion rupees and over 324 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Until then, take care and good night.